My name is Rizwana Sheik Umar and I'm a communications specialist. I was not used to, number one, firstly being in a corporate environment, number two, having to navigate this corporate environment remotely. I had a huge project that I had to work on, and working remotely, not everybody knew exactly the processes to be involved. So people were still trying to figure out, how do we work out this remote working environment? I had a big project to do. I didn't understand the hierarchy or who heads of department were, or who do I speak to when I need certain information. So based on that environment and my experience and my training prior in the newsroom as a journalist, if you have a question that you need answered, you just pick up the phone and you call someone, whether it's a prime minister, whether it's your neighbor, whether it's the president of the state, you just pick up the phone and call. So with that mindset, I went into corporate in lockdown, not being able to see my colleagues for months. And I had this huge project. When I had an issue, I just picked up the phone and I called the person, not understanding the hierarchy or not understanding who they were in the business or how they fit in. My first question was, who's going to give me the answer to this and help me solve this? And a name was given to me and I picked up the name and called. When we came back into a hybrid working environment, I only learned that that's not really how things had been done before. And because of the unique situation that I was in, and based on my past learnings and training, that's how I operated, because that's what I knew how to do. So it was interesting when we came back into the office and I met those people that I forged such strong relationships with. And to hear that, Riz, we really appreciate it when you just picked up the phone and you called. But for me, in my world, it was something that I'd always done. And I started to see that it wasn't actually how everybody else operated. And it sort of opened the way to have those conversations with, regardless of whether they're your leader or your colleague or your peer, to not be afraid. If you have a solution and if you're going to help the business in a way, anyway, no matter how small, pick up the phone and call someone, because it goes a long way. It was only months later, when we started to come back to the office, that I actually realized what I was doing wasn't the norm. Mbali, I would like to acknowledge you today and say how much I appreciate you and thank you for seeing something in me and recognizing what makes me stand apart from the crowd and to celebrate it.